Hey guys, Zomfox here, and the USFL Week 2 Players of the Week have been announced, and it's time to go over each of them and, say what they did, and unlike last week, I actually don't really agree with these, so it's going to be a little more, actually intrusive. So without further ado, let's get started with the Offensive Player of the Week, Kyle Sloter. Put it simply, I'm totally fine with this. I've been saying that I don't think he's the best quarterback, but I haven't been saying he's terrible, anymore. But to put it simply, I'm okay with him winning. To put it simply, he was definitely a very solid player in this week's game. I mean, his stats speak for itself. No interceptions, 2 touchdowns, a 64 completion percentage on 39 attempts for 266 yards. It's pretty solid, especially when you add on the fact that running the ball, he did also help a bit. Not a lot, but he got 1 yard and a touchdown running the ball, so that gives him 3 total touchdowns of the day. And he never fumbled the ball. Put simply, because of that, I'm actually okay with him winning it over Brian Scott, because Brian Scott still did fumble, and that is a costly mistake. So I'm okay with Kyle Sloter winning. Now we get into the ones where I'm immediately like, okay, hold up. Vonte Diggs did not deserve it. I'm sorry, but no. So, Vonte Diggs last week had the pick six. This week, all he had, and I'm not joking, all he had was just tackles. He had 10 total tackles, but 7 of them were solo. That's good and all, but, I mean, if you remember my Will Likely joke, that wasn't just a joke because, haha, funny, I made a joke about the dude's name. Will Likely should have won. He should have won Defensive Player of the Week. Put simply, his stats are just better. I mean, he has 5 solo tackles, so in solo tackles, only 2 off. Granted, he's 4 off in total. But he had a tackle for loss, which Vonte didn't have. He had a pick, which Vonte didn't have. A pass defended, which Vonte didn't have. And a touchdown from a fumble recovery, which, you guessed it, Vonte didn't have. Or first fumble, my bad. So, essentially, I don't understand how this worked. The only reason I can get it is because they blew out the team, so everyone's like, oh, well, the guy in the Breakers clearly is a better player. Well, no. Will Likely was the main reason the Gamblers were still in this game. You force a fumble and get a touchdown, you get a pick six and a forced fumble, you're the reason your team's in the game. When you only lose by 5, there's a reason why you only lost by 5 when your defensive player is doing that. He should have won Defensive Player of the Week. I don't really think there was an argument for Diggs to win it this week, because last week it was just he kind of got stuck with, a team that was just all around great defensively. But this week, Vonte just had tackles. Will Likely had a touchdown. And if you get a touchdown defender and cause another turnover, no offense, but you deserve the award more than the other guy. I'm just saying. So I really don't agree with this at all, and I'm actually kind of upset at this. This was definitely the worst of them all. But the special teams player went to Nick Vogel. So he's the kicker of the Gamblers, and the main reason he got it was because he kicked a 50-yarder, which is the only 50-yarder in the league. But I'm not fully sold on him. Here are both stats of both guys. Vogel went 3 for 3 on field goals, which is good, but he missed an extra point. And if you're looking at Vonte Diggs and saying, well, his first week was great, and so it's making up for it, well, Brandon Aubrey still hasn't missed a kick, and he went 2 for 2, with his long being 37, but he went 3 for 3 on extra points. So it's just, I get the 50-yard is cool, but if you miss an extra point, which is something you're not supposed to miss, it's hard for me to say, yeah, you're the special teams player of the week, especially when you didn't end up winning the game as a kicker, and the other kicker played pretty much the same as you, but has been better the whole time. This one isn't totally awful. I'm not super upset at this. It's just, I feel it's kind of weird they gave it to Vogel instead of Aubrey, just because of the fact that you gave the Defensive Player of the Week award to a guy who was better last week, but not as good this week, and not even nearly the best defender this week. Yet, you gave Kicker of the Week, or Special Teams Player of the Week, to a guy who, just because he kicked one long field goal, but you didn't give it to the guy that's hasn't missed a kick in the whole league. I think it's whack. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, congratulations to Nick Vogel, Vonte Diggs, and Kyle Sloter for winning Player of the Week honors. It's pretty cool these guys got it. It's just, I'm really shocked that Will Likely didn't win mainly, but I guess that's that. I'll see you guys in the next video for our betting picks, And this has been ZomFox. If you enjoy this content, want to be notified as soon as I upload videos, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell. And as always, have a great night.